Welcome back to the 24 Sports News news show, where we cover everything South League from this past week. So let's not waste our time and get into the show. So we're gonna go over last week's games and just kind of go through every single one, see how each team performed. And yeah, we're going to go from there, go over rankings, standings, next week's games, stuff like that. First game was Samford at Jacksonville State, a little bit of a rivalry game there, both teams from Alabama. So Jacksonville State is going to get the best of Samford in that game, winning 17-10. Samford going to drop down to 0-3. I do think they're one of the better 0-3 teams, putting up a good fight in all their games, but, they just couldn't pull them out at the end, so, that's a costly habit to get into. So, next was VMI at Navy. A couple military schools going at it. VMI is going to lose 13-10. Navy going to win. Very low-scoring game. Honestly, a pretty boring game, if you ask me. But VMI also going to fall to 0-3. And, yeah, just had some close games and had some not close games. It's just VMI, they're VMI, so you never really know what you're going to get from them. Next was Northwestern State at Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech is going to get the win in a low-scoring game, only winning 10-7. Getting a field goal won them the game. Another rivalry game, actually, Northwestern State, Louisiana Tech. But Northwestern State is going to fall to 1-2 after that. So, yeah, their season, they started out good. They beat Furman. That's not really saying much, but they started out 1-0. And, yeah, they did play two power conferences out of conference teams. So, they played Minnesota, Louisiana Tech, so you can't really blame them too much, but I'm going to need to see this from them. Who they got next week? VMI, so they should be able to pull that one out. ETSU was ranked number 4, and they go on the road to Middle Tennessee and get the win. Almost lost, though. They're going to win 20-14. A final drive touchdown is going to get them the win over Middle Tennessee, so they're going to stay up there in the rankings for now. And, yeah, their season, after a loss to Tennessee, this was a good rebound. They're going to move up to 2-1, I believe. Yeah, they'll move up to 2-1 on the season. So they're going to keep it on track, beating Middle Tennessee. Next was Furman at ranked number 6, Lamar. Lamar absolutely destroys Furman, just beats the poo out of them. I mean, jeez. Beats the poo. That was kind of weird. Sorry. Lamar is going to win 34-3. Look, I mean, Furman barely even crossed the 50-yard line. Like, it was insane. Lamar was just absolutely destroying them. Lamar just showing why they're undefeated, 3-0. So, keeping their undefeated season alive, moving up to the top of the standings, rankings, everything. So, yeah, just a great game from them. Great game from Lamar. Horrible game from Incarnate Word and McNeese. Incarnate Word goes on the road to McNeese and loses to McNeese 3-0. Did you hear that? 3-0. Fourth quarter, I think, actually. No, second quarter? I don't know. But McNeese scored a field goal to win the game. Nothing else, just a field goal, and they win. I guess that's all you got to do these days. What is happening? But yeah, McNeese going to move up to 1-2. Lamar going to drop. Incarnate Word going to drop 1 to 1-2. So they're definitely out the rankings. Incarnate Word. East Texas A&M, though, beating Nichols, who I thought was one of the better teams. I thought was one of the better middle pack teams. So East Texas A&M getting a good win over them, 14-10 on the road. So, yeah, kind of showing them that they can play ball. Wofford at Mercer. nothing really Wofford could do here, number one team, but they did put up a good fight, only losing by 5 points, losing 28-23. Wofford did put up a good fight. They put their new quarterback in this week. JT Fay already had a good game, so I mean, they do fall to 0-3, but I wouldn't say that their season is completely out the window. They could beat teams like Samford, Furman, and VMI. I think they could beat any of those teams, easily get to a few wins. So keep your heads up, Wofford fans. Western Carolina goes to number 7 Chattanooga and beats them by scoring 3 field goals, winning 9-6. So yeah, Western Carolina grinds one out, and that made beating the ranked team is going to give them a case that they should be ranked. Next is number 5 Southeastern at number 3 SF Austin. SF Austin going to get the win at home after dropping one at home to Chattanooga, which actually kept Chattanooga in the rankings. They're going to drop now, but yeah, Southeastern probably not going to get dropped for losing on the road to the number 3 team. But yeah, SF Austin getting that get-back game, even though it was a ranked team, wasn't really a get-back game. It was a tough game, but they still get the win. And SF Austin showing that they're still the real deal. And our game of the week was number 2, the Citadel at Houston Christian, and the Citadel wins 25-22, keeping their undefeated season alive. We only have 3 undefeated teams left. And yeah, the Citadel showing why they can give Mercer a run for their money by being the number 1 team in the country, winning 25-22 on the road against a pretty good Houston Christian team. They do fall to 1-2, but I still think they're one of the better teams that are in that middle pack. So Braden Atkinson was your passing leader. Second and third was Cade McNamara and Sam Vidlak of East Tennessee State and Stephen F. Austin, respectively. 294 yards for Atkinson and 3 touchdowns. So pretty impressive. Major Bowden of Lamar is going to take the rushing title with 117 yards and 2 touchdowns. Zyshawn Edwards of Houston Christian and Ison Jackson Anderson, I think that's how you pronounce it, of Wofford taking third. And receiving at J. Dabbs with 123 yards and a touchdown from Mercer, going to take the receiving title. Ephraim Floyd, who's been in the rankings, I think, every week, takes second. And Whit Hobgood, the tight end from the Citadel, getting in there at third. So, round of applause for everybody. So, let's move on now. What do you say? Oh, and Chris Booker from Lamar is going to get the Defensive Player of the Week with a sack and an interception. So, our rankings going into week 4, the top 2 teams stay the same. Mercer and the Citadel stay at number 1 and number 2, both undefeated. Lamar was ranked number 6, but they move up to number 3 after destroying Furman. So yeah, they're also undefeated. Top 3 teams all undefeated. SF Austin moves down 1, not because they lost, only because Lamar jumped them. Same thing with ETSU, both SF Austin and ETSU both 2-1, 5-4. So number 6, Western Carolina, the newcomers, also at 2-1. They move up to number 6, passing Southeastern, who dropped 2 places to number 7 after they fell to 1-2. Outside of those top 7 teams, it was slim pickings for the number 8 spot, but the committee decided to give it to East Texas A&M. They lost to the number 1 team by a touchdown, beat Nichols at home, who was arguably one of the better middle pack teams. And they lost to SMU, so not a terrible resume. So they get the number 8 spot. Yeah, let's move on to the standings. The Citadel sits atop of the Southern Division standings, 3-0 in conference play, so they don't totally deserve it. Right behind them is number 1 Mercer, 2-0 in conference play. Then 5 ETSU, 1-0 Western Carolina at number 6. 5th place in the standings, Chattanooga, 1-1. Then 6th, VMI, Furman, Samford, Wofford, so on. Next, let's move to the Southland Division. Number 3, Lamar, sitting atop the standings at 3-0. So very impressive from them. 3-0 in conference play and 3-0 overall. They haven't played a out of conference team yet. They do have a bye week next week. So then Northwestern State, actually, even though they're 1-2, they're 1-0 in conference play, so they're second in conference standings. Then in third is East Texas A&M at 1-1. Incarnate Word number 4 at number 4. It's SF Austin number 5, both 1-1 teams. Houston Christian at number 6, 1-2. Then McNeese, Southeastern, and Nichols rounding out the bottom 3. So yeah, Southeastern is ranked, but they're 8th in the conference standings. Kind of funny how that works. So yeah, we're gonna move on to our final part of this episode, where we go over the games for next week. So our first game is number 7 Southeastern at LSU. I think LSU is going to get the win. It could be close. Southeastern definitely trying to hold on to their spot in the rankings. If they lose, they're most likely going to drop. So yeah, Southeastern, but I still think LSU is going to win. Southeastern might put up a fight, but it's probably going to be LSU. Houston Christian at UTEP. I believe Houston Christian will get the win here. They are going on the road, out of conference opponent, but I believe Houston Christian is the better team, and they will. It'll probably be close, but I think Houston Christian will get the win. They'll get some plays late and maybe some lucky breaks, but Houston Christian will win. McNeese at Missouri. This one really a no-brainer. Missouri is going to destroy McNeese. So, not to put it lightly, they're going to destroy McNeese. So yeah, I'm taking Missouri. Next is Northwestern State at VMI. This is a tough one. 2 below average teams, VMI at 0-3 and Northwestern State at 1-2. I think Northwestern State is going to get the win in Virginia because I think they're the better team. They hung around with Minnesota and Louisiana Tech, and VMI, after a solid week 1 performance, has shown some holes, getting destroyed by Virginia Tech and losing a winnable game to Navy. So I'm going to take Northwestern State. Wofford at number 8, East Texas A&M. This will be a good game, I think. Wofford is not as bad as they seem, even though they're 0-3. They've put up some good fight. Lost to 1 against East Carolina, lost to 5 against the number 1 team, Mercer, and only lost by a touchdown to Southeastern. So I think they're one of the better teams, and they could get a nice win here over East Texas A&M. I'm gonna go with Wofford, honestly. I think they got their new quarterback. They're gonna be hyped. They're gonna be like they're gonna be very excited, motivated. That's what I was looking for. Incarnate Word at Chattanooga, 2 teams that just got dropped from the rankings after some pretty embarrassing losses. Incarnate Word got shut out by McNeese, and Chattanooga only put up 2 field goals. So I'm gonna take Chattanooga on this one. I'm not very impressed by Incarnate Word's offense this year. It's been kind of embarrassing, honestly. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Chattanooga at home to get the win. Next is Samford at number 6, Western Carolina. I'm going with Western Carolina. I think Samford will give them a little scare, but yeah, Western Carolina is going to win this one, especially at home, the first home game of the year. So yeah, they'll be excited. So they'll be motivated. Our next game is number 4, Stephen F. Austin at number 5, ETSU. I'm telling you, the 2 late games, it's a pretty good slate, I'll tell you that. SF Austin at ETSU. Oh, this is a tough one, honestly. I'm gonna go with ETSU on this one. I think their offense is shown to be pretty hard to stop, only losing to Tennessee, only by 3 though. So they put up 23 against Southeastern. And they put up 20 against Middle Tennessee. I guess that's all right, but they definitely can pull this one out, especially at home, the first home game of the season. So I'm going with ETSU. Our last game, our game of the week, the game everyone has been waiting for. Back-to-back game of the weeks for this team. Number 1, Mercer Bears. At number 2, the Citadel Bulldogs. Boy, do we got a game for you guys, okay? I'll tell you what. Who do I even pick in this game, honestly? These are the two top dogs. I want to go with the Citadel. Their offense has been prolific in the last few weeks, but I'm going to go with Mercer. Yeah, number 1 team. Not saying that because they're number 1. I think they're the smarter team, and they know how to win football games against tough teams. Yeah, they might have got trapped. They might have slipped up a little against East Texas A&M, only winning by 7 points, only winning by 7 against Troy, and only winning by 5 against Mercer. But they know how to win football games. You know, the Citadel, they've been, they're a high-scoring team. They're showy, but I think Mercer, they're grounded, and I think they're going to take this one on the road with a statement win. So, yeah, I think Mercer is going to take this one. So, yeah. Bye. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Bye. Thanks for what? Nope. Tune in next week. I didn't like that either. Tune in next week. This is Connor signing off from 24 Sports News.